Hey there, lads and lasses. This is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States on a Wednesday afternoon. It is a little bit past noontime, like 12:03. I was probably about maybe a minute late today. But that can only mean that it's time for some Generations Minecraft server today. with a heavy sigh. Let's just get into it. We'll talk as we go. Let me just pull this up on my phone here so I can moderate. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Let's switch over our display here. Display scene. There it is. Mighty Generations. Ok. Okay, that's better. Hey there. It's been a long time. At least it feels like it has. I'll tell you what, let's slip right into creative mode here. There we go. So before we took our streaming break, our little hiatus from streaming, we were doing a couple of things. We were working on the beachfront, which I hate, by the way. And once again, you know, during December, we started working on a Christmas tree, and so we didn't get around to finishing it, which is extremely disappointing. It's just a tree. I should be able to like crank that out in an hour, especially in creative mode. It's like, I don't get myself sometimes. I really don't. But these are some of the things on which we had left out. As you can see, we've the shaders installed. What I would like to do here is video settings, 16 chunks. That's pretty big for a render distance, I guess. I don't think simulation distance has to be quite 16. I'll leave it there for right now. Cranking the gamma right up. That's a little easier on the eyes. Some things we have finished though. So I'm not really depressed. I'm just a little disappointed and a little frustrated. Finished hotel, but unfinished beach and hotel surroundings. Unfinished trading hall. Unfinished Christmas tree. Well past Christmas. Unfinished business area. No shops except Kachi's. Unfinished iron farm. Although the iron farm does function, and it functions incredibly well. No decoration. Let's head on down here. Bamboo farm. Pumpkin farm. Incredibly high output. Both of them finished. However, no collection system. I wanted to take the spiral pattern in the ceiling, transfer it down to the floor, and open the ceiling up to the tree. Unfinished. Unfinished storage. get access. I've forgotten how to do this. Oh, that's down here. Unfinished mob farm. Although the mob farm just cranks. The mob farm itself mechanically finished. No sorting system, undecorated. Not cool. Let us go. It's actually faster to fly in survival than it is to fly in creative. At least for me it is. So let's switch back over. Survival mode. There we go. And let's just check, make sure the inventory's okay. Wings. Yes, we're good. Okay. Let's go southward. Probably my favorite build on the server right now. Unfinished. There's a little bit of finishing that needs to happen up here at the top with the Guardian head. Down here, this glass needs to be swapped out with tinted glass. Wool farm, although it functions. Not decorated. It kicks butt, though. The wool farm is awesome, but it's not finished. It looks terrible. This is the early game historical preservation site, which is not supposed to be finished. This is where Kachi and I first, and Biggie actually, first began on this world. This was our little site, and so that's like a historical preservation site. Some of the chunks you can see have been updated. This looks just beautiful in here. There's Mr. Lone Star. Let me see, where am I? Yeah, okay. Continuing this way. Yeah, here we are. Drown Farm. Super cool. Not finished. Drown Farm, I was over here recently, though. Trying to come up with some ideas for this. And the holdup on the Drown Farm is that Kachi and I absolutely love the open column of water. We love this thing. And being able to see the drowns inside is so awesome. When we get to the top of this thing, if you AFK at the top of the, it's just nuts. This thing just fills up with drowns. In minutes, it's just a column of water and drowns. It's just the coolest thing ever. Let's pause here for a moment so we can get caught up in chat. Mr. Hand, Mr. Star, how are you doing today? You guys can see the auto shout out there in the chat, but you should definitely go check out a fellow buffoon and good friend, Lone Star. How you doing today, sir? Evening for you. Hey, what happened to my round moon and round sun option? I thought I had put that in there with my shaders. Video settings, shader packs, BSL, shader pack, settings, atmospherics, around sun and moon. Apply. There we go. Done. And done again. Done 3 times and back to game. That's better. Just looks so cool up here. Will I be able to sleep here? I think the drowns are a little bit too close. Let's try it. Okay, we're good. I'm good, and you? Gonna lurk for a while. Do some FF14 dailies. Okay. Lurk is appreciated, sir. You guys might be able to see down through that water column, but you see all the drowns are already there. Look at them all. And this is quite dangerous, by the way. Because the trident chuckers are going to start with their shenanigans. It's cool when it's backlit by the sun. But see, this is just a water column flowing downward. So you can actually swim right through it. I don't advise it. Look, here come the tridents. Here they come. It's lethal. It's so very lethal. Let's get to a point where the sun is gleaming through. How about this little tree right here? There we go. Look with the tridents. I love drowns so much. Favorite mod of the game? Maybe. But, see, I don't want to build a standard drown farm. I mean, I could, but I want to do something with this column of water. And so Kachi and I were trying to think of something with which we could lure the drowns to step out of the column and drop down where they would be collected. So that would happen at various levels. And I've tried using turtle eggs and things like that on the outside to get them to come out of the water and then fall down, and the fall damage would kill them and collect them down below. I was trying something like that. But for some reason, they wouldn't go after the turtle eggs. Don't know why. So I was thinking on different levels having turtle eggs on platforms out here with trap doors, and that would lead the drowns out. They would try to cross the trap doors and fall. You guys know that mechanic. And I was trying to do something like that in order to harvest them and have them come out. We can't put something like the magma blocks on the bottom, because then it would make a bubble stream and they wouldn't spawn in the bubble stream. Now, because the water is flowing downward, they drift downward. So then I could have a cross water stream that pushes them all out and then collects them. But the problem is it takes them so long to reach the bottom that a lot of them wind up despawning before they even hit the bottom. Thunder Angel by you. How are you? I'm doing awesome. How are you doing today? Again, you guys can see the auto shout out there, but you should definitely go check out Angel by You. happy to hear that. I am well, thank you. How's things going out your way? And good Lord, the mighty Jeppo-tastic herself. Jeppo! I'm so happy to see you. You two ladies, how are you doing? So, yeah, that's the deal with my drown farm here. I'm not really sure. You know, I just like the aesthetic and the silliness of it so much, but you know, what Kachi and I had been doing was actually flying into the water stream and hacking them out with swords. But as funny as that is, it's, you know, it doesn't have to be super efficient, but it has to be more efficient than that. Hey there. Got some big changes coming, but I'm working through it all. Angel, what kind of big changes, if you don't mind me asking? Real life changes? Because that's like every other day for Jeppo. Jeppo, I'm teasing. Or stream changes, or... let me see. My X is decreasing. This should be, my X coordinate is decreasing. This should be for the... Well, let's check. The portal room, yeah. So here is yet another piece of unfinished business that I sorely regret. Today's stream is all about regret. Just in case you haven't wondered, I should have put that in the tag. Life changes, but major ones. Ooh. Okay. I hope for the better. But yeah, we have the portal room here, which I love this build. You know, I really need to, at least I should finish the floor on this thing. And, you know, I did have an idea for this too, but, you know, see, it's with the dirt. Thunder, come on, man. Come on. You know, just finish it up. And then we have our access to the surface. You know, this could have been a bubble Vader, I guess. But you guys, this ceiling was so hard to make. And then up here, not too far away, we did have a skelly spawner that with which I wanted to do something. But I don't know if I'll be able to do something with the skelly spawner. And you know what? We don't really need it. I mean, we do have the mob farm back at spawn. So, let me see. Why are my coordinates not updating? Coordinates, please, as Chris would say. Okay, there we go. Just finish it up. It looks great with those shaders. I remember watching you making the ceiling. Yeah. Yeah, way back when. So I'm just taking a quick tour around. Besieging myself with regret. What's this, an ocean monument? Yeah, it is. Am I going to run out of rockets? I guess I should load up. Let's land over at the unfinished wool farm. You know, now that I'm actually back in the map, I'm starting to calm down a little bit. But in the wee hours of the morning, as I was thinking about today's stream. I was besieged with quite a bit of regret. Very frustrated with myself. Let me see. Rockets, right? Here we go. Do I have any rockets in here? Yeah, thank goodness. Let me see. Duration ones. All right. Those are fine. Like this little island going over here. I wanted to decorate that, make that look cool. At least the hotel is finished. Hotel is one thing that did get finished. Let me see. Over here in the... Oh, is that the northeast? I think I need to go this way. So, New Year, we're still in January for the last day, at least over here at Pacific Standard Time. Was that the room you were working on when you hit affiliate pro? Very likely. It might have been. Is something happening to this world? Well, not enough is happening to this world. Let me see. Where am I here? I think it's over this way. Probably a little too far. Well, it's not southwest. It must be northeast then. All right. I just love this. This map is so frickin' beautiful. I guess I should land somewhere and do the sleeping thing, right? Oh, wonderful. It's raining. Does that mean Buffooncraft? Did I accidentally look at an Enderman? Maybe. Bring it on. I'm ready. And let me see. Angel's doing the lurk. Angel, appreciate the lurk. I don't know how much of your upcoming life changes that you want to reveal, but of course, you know, Angel and I have worked together quite a bit on the Buffooncraft server. And so, Angel, you know, I am interested. But, you know, I don't want to pry either. I want to be respectful of your privacy. I don't want to pry. But I suppose you might, like, make some sort of announcement on your Discord or something. Or at least in your stream, so. So this was a cool aesthetic idea. That, again, you know, unfinished, but this was kind of the nature of the way I set this up. All right, so we wanted to make, and I say we, so I'll get to that in just a moment. We wanted to make like a desert ruin here. This turned out to be the portal room, the exit for the portal, so one could get out to here via the roof of the Nether. And then I wanted to, you know, this wool here was to lay out the path for the road. And I wanted to do a little something in this area, like an arena or something in here. And then a ruin here. And then we wanted to build a ruined town in here. And then this was the ghast farm. It still is the ghast farm, by the way. So Nebula was a guest on Generations here several times. And one of the things we did together was to make this gas farm. And the idea was then to, okay, we have the gas farm. It functions. It functions very, very well, like most of the farms on here. But, you know, we wanted to also make an aesthetic for this. You know, we wanted to make this like a tower and a temple and, you know, with a collection, with a much better collection than just that, right? And so that was the idea there. Of course, that has the actual spawn pad and everything for the gas. That's on the roof of the Nether, and then they get transported through that portal, and the Wither Roses kill them, and then the drops go down into there. You guys know how gas farms work, but we wanted to make a little lore-based scene here with that. We have a really cool temple, ocean temple, that had spawned here. And so we had a lore kind of situation here where the temple was the temple had sunk beneath the waves, kind of deal. And then we were going to build an ocean monument up here out of desert blocks right under the collection area, because you don't have to worry about, you know, mob cap and stuff like that, because all of that really happens in the Nether, and this is just a collection site. So we were going to put the ocean monument, desert ocean monument right here, like their temple had been overtaken, submerged, and then overtaken by the Guardians. And so they rebuilt it up here in the desert. And that was the original plan. But it's sad. Sad, really. Sad. So sad. That the guest... the guest appearance thing on Generations really fell through, and that's really sad, because that was my hope for Generations, and that was the entire purpose of building the hotel, is to have the guests on. And now we did have some guest participation in here initially, and those were really, really fun streams. I just wish that we had more guests on. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's go on to level 1. So the idea is there's empty hotel rooms, and guest comes on. They sign in on the book down below, and then they choose a guest room here. You can see Nebula had chosen 102, right? And that was her room. Luck May Have It was on, and he chose 103, right? I think on the first level there aren't any down here. Right, these are still open. Yeah, those are still open. And then we come over to here. Then we go up to level 2. Pleasant Playa, right there on 206. 205 still open. 204 still open. .203 still open. 202, Tezivu. Some of you guys may recall Tez from Kachi Time. He's in a lot of the Kachi Time streams. He's Kachi's buddy. And, of course, Kachi's room is 201, right above mine. Let me see. Jeppo's doing a be right back. Sure, Jeff. Appreciate it. And so my idea was to... to invite my friends from other servers on and stuff, because I don't run Generations as an SMP, nor do I have any intention of ever doing that. The last thing I want to be is an administrator for an SMP. But I do like to interact with my friends. And so the way I can do that is to invite them on for guest appearances on Generations, and then we can build things together and have little adventures together and stuff. Nebula had built the aquarium. In fact, the entire aquarium idea was hers. She had built this one over here. It's just beautiful. Dang, Nebula is such a builder. Let me see. In which direction am I facing? We're going southeast. The only other thing I really have over here... Well, I wanted to build a really cool suspension bridge over here. We'll head on out this way. There's really only 2 other bits of unfinished business over here. Man, that lava spout looks cool with the shaders, huh? Then we head right on over to this direction. Yeah, here we go. I think we can get here before sunfall. Sunfall? Dusk. Nightfall, right? Sunfall would be a problem. But I did start to make a slime farm over this way. I think the entrance is over there. God, I haven't been out this way in ages. I think it's down here. Oh, yeah. There's an indie here. But this had a lot of potential. See if I can do this. Chunk sections. I'm trying to look for the key that turns on slime chunks. I might not have assigned one yet. Renders? Slime chunks is the right bracket. That's this one? This one. Why no slime chunks? There should be 4 here. My renderer should be on. It might be the way I have it set up. Let me see. Those are the renderers, but could it be info lines, maybe? H is on toggle. Speed server, loaded chunks. Chunk sections, block chunk, difficulty. Now I'm sure I have that set up right. This is supposed to be a 2x2 chunk area. Maybe it's a little too high up, right? Because it's supposed to be below level 40. So that's the idea. Well, let's go down a little bit more. I don't think that would have changed with... I think I preserved these chunks. So this should be a... Here's the collection area. That should be on. But anyways, I'll find out what's going on with that. But this is kind of redundant anyway, because the amount of consecutive slime chunks that are beneath Mushroom Island Central is just ridiculous. Oh my god, it's just packed with adjacent slime chunks. When we head back there, I'll try to display it there. So the slime farm out here is completely pointless. I mean, back before I really knew how to do that, the slime chunks here. This was the 2x2, the 4 adjacent, and you know that was a big deal, you know. And then when I got the overlay, and I could see the slime chunks, to see all the slime chunks that were beneath Mushroom Island Central, it was just insane. Let me see. I actually need to go north from here, and a little bit east, I think. How am I doing here? Yeah, here we go. So this is Mushroom Island West. And Kachi and I were to build our bases here. Of course, Kachi built his base, which I love. It's absolutely crazy, as you would expect from Kachi. Why, Kachi? Why? Right. Kachi is so cool. Of course, Kachi would probably cringe at his base now that he's older. But I don't. Look at that. Look at his King of the Sea. So cool. I miss having him build on the server so much. This is his house. This is his unnamed cat. He's got a little bubble Vader up to the inside. Here's his armor and his dog, Komoshira. Here's this little bamboo farm. So cool. Kachi. So this was to be Kachi's side of the island, and then over here was to be my side of the island. Ouch. And I've done nothing with my side of the island. Because I've been so busy elsewhere on the server that it's like, yeah, and I didn't really have an idea for my base at that point either. Again, this was back in the idea where we were going to have guests on. And so it made sense for us to have separate bases from Mushroom Island Central, but I don't know. I asked a number of our friends and co-streamers and stuff, and you know, I didn't get anybody else who was interested in coming on, so that whole guest spot thing kind of fell through, which was really sad because I thought it was a really fun idea. Let me see. So I think that's about it. At that point, yeah, you can see I have some of the overlays on right now. Although spawn chunks are not on right now. Okay, that's interesting. Let's take a look. Let us do, I think spawn chunks are J? No. Spawn chunks are I, maybe? No, that's light levels. Let's take a look. HC. Spawn chunk is this one here? No. This one? There it is. Okay, so that's, wow. Those are spawn chunks. Okay. If those are spawn chunks, let's go below and see if we can see the slime chunks. Most of the slime chunks are over by the storage area, ironically. Yeah, I'm not catching them. Why? The slime chunks are like, this whole place is full of the slime chunks. I'm probably looking right at the deal. Yeah, right bracket. True. I mean, it should be doing its thing. Shape renderer is the left bracket. This is the right bracket. I mean, it should be fine. Let's get rid of it. Backspace it? No. No. It's a mess. Nope. Okay, that should be good. Okay, should be fine. Generic. I'm not seeing that over here, though. And I'm just going down through these right now. Rendering toggle, use background, HC. HUD alignment. Yeah, all of this should be good. I mean, there are the slimes. You can see them jumping in. But I just can't get the slime chunks to render for some reason. Because when they do, you see all of this stuff. I mean, they just all light right up. Oh, you just see green everywhere. But you guys can see all of this. These are all like adjacent slime chunks all the way through here. It's nuts. I'm going to get to bed, but glad to catch you streaming, even if only for a little while. If you had Bedrock, I would have been there. Have a good... All right, Defo. Yeah, I know. Defo, I would really love to build with you on the server. That would be so funny. Although I think it would just be us like laughing the entire time. I don't think we'd get anything done. But anyways, off to bed with you. Have a good rest. Appreciate you dropping by. Yeah, I think I tried the glowing carpet first here, and then I wound up going with this glass with the carpet underneath to give that. I liked that glowing appearance a little better because it wasn't so it wasn't so in your face as the carpets were. The carpets were a little too intense, I feel. So I liked having this kind of situation instead, but that's really hard to do. So let me see. We are at 12:48. We're almost at the halfway point right now. And so, what to work on today with the remaining hour here? That is really filling me with a lot of regret. Mr. Icarus down there. So, I'm thinking, let's just go in creative mode and just finish this thing. My idea is not to necessarily have this as just the Christmas tree each December, is to make it part of the central build. Right? And so eventually, when I do finish this, is to open this up, have it open all the way through. And the thing I like about having it open is just being able to just like fly right on down into the depot area from above, right? Instead of coming over here and flying into like that little temporary hole on the side there. Wings be broken. We're going to need to fix those. So, yeah, this would be open and I would just be able to fly right on down into the depot. Something gave me that idea. It wasn't Buffooncraft. But it must have been Buffooncraft. I can't think of it being anything else. But I'm thinking Season 4 is not it. Because I didn't have anything where I could just fly on down. That was on the surface. It's not currently Season 5 because I'm doing everything out of the pub. It's not the trading hall. Something gave me that idea of just being able to fly directly down into the depot. It's probably just from here on Generation 5 here, just flying down into that little hole down there and having that huge open depot. It's just would be so much cooler just to be able to fly right under the tree here and right on down into there. And then I was thinking, you know, I could so pleased with the way this came out. So cool. I'm so glad I at least finished one thing on here. Although there is something about the entrance here I wanted to try to do, but I don't know, I just may leave it like that. But to be able to come soaring down into here and just fly right under the tree, have this open all the way down, is a really cool idea, I feel. And then the tree, this would be open, so the tree's roots would all go down into the sides and stuff. So that was my idea for this. So let's do this. I should really repair my wings first. Maybe I can do that up at the trading hall instead of going into the nether. The other thing we finished, two things in the nether. No, I'm saying the nether. Two things at the end. The center island in the end didn't get finished. But why did that make that sound? Weird. That is incomplete, but the Enderman farm did get completed. Oh, okay, that's the composters. All right. The Enderman farm did get completed, though. Let us swim on up to the clerical level. Well, I certainly have enough emeralds. One thing I do know how to do, people, is I know how to build a trading hall. I mean, this is the old trading hall too. Now with the newer mechanics and stuff. Oh my god, why are there torches there? We should not need torches. We have plenty of lighting. Whatever. Let's get some bottles. Oh, enchanting. Yeah, we're good. Why, thank you, sir. Don't mind if I do. Okay. He's out. And, you know, we're going to use a lot of these, but we can just stock up on them and put the extras in the chest. I think we're good, right? The only thing that this building needs, it needs two things. This side. Some asymmetry to tell where you are. that would be nice. We have our librarian level right here. But this does not represent all of the trades. So we have a second librarian level right here that had never really been finished out. All the dudes are in place. Never been finished out though. We needed that. Also, the roof level, and actually Nebula kind of indirectly gave me this idea. She was asking me what I'm going to do with the villager reserves that have been here since day one. And my intention with the trading hall was to have all of the trades and have this 14 levels high. I was going to put the armorers here, the weaponsmiths, everybody, the fishermen, everybody all the way up. I got away from that idea though. Number one, because of lag. That's the number one reason. But I also liked the idea. Surrounding the island here is an archipelago of all kinds of little islands. You can see a number of them are close by, like this one. Now, this one would actually make a beautiful base, but it's never going to be used because no one's ever going to come on and make a base for that, which is sad. But you can see these little islands dotting around very close by. And these would make cool places for farms and trading posts. Right? Like, it makes sense to put the toolsmiths, the weaponsmiths, and the armor smiths. It makes sense to put them here at the iron farm because of that iron trade. And so... And it's cool to be able to go around to different locations for things like that. Wow, we're out of rockets already. We used all of those? Good Lord. And, to, bring the farmers and set the farmers up over by the wool farm maybe, right? Maybe put some of them, one of the trade halls at the mob farm, which is out that way. Things like that, and to make different locations for them instead of, it was a cool idea. I was thinking, make the trading hall the center of this entire place and put everything all in one spot. But God, lag wise, that'd be horrific. be horrific. Yeah, see, my wings got repaired just from trading. I didn't even need to break any of these bottles of enchanting. So let's go stash these. I think we're all set here, right? Armor looks like it's all up to snuff. We have the wings. Extra shulker box on us, yeah. So I think we're all set here. So the idea is, you know, each Christmas I wanted to come out here and just decorate the tree, but I'm in creative mode and I change the tree and then I never get around to it, mainly because that month in December is like the month where I'm most distracted in real life. And I spend very little time on the server. And now we've decided to take our streaming hiatus from the middle of December to the middle of January. So, right. So what I'm thinking is, let's just finish this out. Let's just go in creative mode. We'll finish this out and just get the tree itself done. And that way, each year we don't have to build the tree. We just decorate it. And then after Christmas, we take down the decorations. But the tree remains. I think that's a good idea. I'm liking that idea. Make sure we're in creative mode. We're good. So this is my favorite iteration of this so far. You can see there's 5 spirals. Each spiral starts at one of these main limbs. So there's 5 limbs here. And there's rows of these 5 limbs that go all the way up through the tree. Right? And so you can see that. I don't like just the limb coming out, though. I wanted to have the limbs split off in different directions and stuff, but that got too complicated. Or it didn't get too complicated. I was over-complicating that in my head. So I don't think that's a good idea because that leads to the tree not getting done. So let's get this during daytime here. Get this during daytime. Let's sleep so we get the daylight. That's what I want. So what I had done is I'm using the spruce leaves and the birch leaves for the filler between the spirals. And then I'm using these different kinds of leaf blocks. You can see here. There we go. Different kinds of leaf blocks here for the spiral kind of effect. Like here, for this first spiral here, I'm using, what are these? The mango leaves right here. The second spiral, I used the azalea leaves. The third spiral starts here. These are just, these are the jungle leaves. The fourth spiral, I used just the plain oak leaves. And then the fifth spiral, these are the acacia leaves. And then to fill in between these spirals, I was just using spruce and birch. One of the things I didn't like was, I think it's a little too transparent. So I was going around on the inside and I was backing the spiral leaves with these moss blocks. So yeah, it just gives them a little bit more of a boost here. So, and then what I plan on doing with the filler leaves is backing them with the the mangrove root blocks. They would still have some transparency to them, but not a lot. And it would make them a little less see-through, a little less thin-looking. And then I can change. So you can see where I started to do that right here, just to test out the effect. And I like it. You can still see through them, right? But it's not quite as bad as like this. Plus, you know, logically, it's like the little twigs of the branches. You got the big branches here, and then you've got the small twiggery on the inside here like this, right? And that's cool. And then I'm thinking on where the big branches come out, just use the mangrove roots to make some branch kind of shapes like that. And I think that's good enough. I actually don't want to fill up the middle of this too much. Look at the way the light rays come through the... That's cool. I don't want to fill this up too much, but I certainly don't want it this open either. I don't like that. So I'm thinking these mangrove roots, which I did not have before, which are available to us recently, kind of makes a cool effect. So I want to try to do that. So what I think I'm going to do is just in creative mode, just finish this out. I'll finish putting these moss blocks behind the spiral blocks. Finish filling and then fill up the spruce and the birch in between the spirals, and then fill behind the spruce and the birch with the mangrove roots. And then maybe just kind of taper the mangrove root shapes in towards the main branches all the way up. Then I think we're good. Then I think this is good enough. Then we can get back to building the beach. The beach I really hate. I'm very disappointed in myself with this. What I did is this main shape is okay, but then you could see where I just terraced that shape outwards, and it just looks awful. I think I should go way more random with the terraced shapes of the way that the beach slopes down into the water. I should go way more random with that. Way more random. Yeah, definitely. Way more random. I mean, it's sort of in some kind of aspect or point of view makes sense that it sort of is a sloping effect of this original outline, but I don't know. It just looks like garbage. It looks way too contrived. I don't mind it looking a little contrived, but that just looks way too contrived. It just looks awful. I just don't like it. So that would be my second. I really just want to finish up this beach and just get this part done. Because when you're up here, on the balcony of the hotel, and you're just looking out over the water and you see that, that's just so cool looking. It's just so cool looking. If you can set the render distance, what am I trying to do here? This? Is that what? Yeah. How to play Minecraft. If we increase this, now I got to be careful with this and make sure that I send it back afterwards, but and then you can see some of the neighboring islands coming in. I mean, that is just... Let's turn that off. I mean, you can see part of the desert ruins over there, right? Some of the neighboring islands. You know, you can see the Guardian farm over there. It's just really cool. And that, you know, now that this is on the PC2 system, and you can set the render distance this high, and now you see, you know, things aren't actually that far away. Greener and I were talking about this. You know, the builds are actually kind of close to each other. A lot closer than I originally felt. Yeah, like you could see the iron farm from here, right? And if we head on down south, you know, some of the neighboring islands start to come into view. Right? I mean, you come up here, you start, there's the shipwreck. You know, this would be the bridge leading over to the old islands, the historical landmarks. Right? And over to the Guardian farm. The Guardian farm at night still looks spectacular. I think it's my favorite build on the whole server. It's just really cool. Let's head on down to ground level. You know, so having this come on out to a beach, being able to look around and see from it's just so cool looking. In fact, night is about to fall now. The sun's getting low over there. That's good. I'm going to head on up to my room so I can grab a thumbnail shot. We're about halfway through. I need to reset the playlist, restart the playlist, and switch to standing mode. But I'm thinking, let me see, what would make a good scene here? Maybe something a little like that. Let's walk this way a little bit. We get enough of the scene in the background. There we go. Looks so cool. Let's do the F1 too, so we can ditch that. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Let's do the. There's Shut Mountain. Switch to standing mode. Let's give it a little stretch. Let's reset the playlist. Make a couple minor adjustments here, like this. That's better. Of course, fellow buffoon friend and moderator, Mr. Shut Mountain himself. You guys can see his auto shout out there. How's it going today, Shut? That's what I'm looking for. Now, usually I have a button here for toggling shaders. And I forget what it is. I'm trying to keep things consistent with how I have them set up on Buffooncraft, so when I'm between servers, when I'm switching from server to server, would that actually be... maybe here? Shader pack selection screen. Or reload, well, reload shaders. Toggle shaders is K. That's right. And I don't think I have K assigned to anything else. Let's check that quickly. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Whew. It's going. Okay. K toggles the shaders. Yeah. There we go. Oh, let's bring the render distance back down before we crash. Because the render distance is set quite high right now. Quite high. 32. Yeah, let's bring that down to 16. That's fine. That's more than enough for this. All right, let's just bang this out and get this dumb thing done. It's not a dumb thing, but I'm tiring from my lack of getting things done. And again, you know, I don't mind using creative mode for this kind of thing here. And this is fine. Let me see. Sometimes it's hard to see these things the way in which they are lit. Yeah, in fact, let me do this too. There we go. Some things have been happening, though, at least on the music front. So I've hired a consultant from Richmond School of Music Consulting, and to help me set up the Zoom L12 board here. And so I can play my bass on Discord. And then when I've achieved that, if I can achieve that, then setting up Ableton so I can then record music. Because I just can't handle going on a fourth year being regarded as a fraud of a musician. I can't do it. I can't. Let me see. Let me think. What did I do here? Did I do that? Yeah, I did. Okay. So again, at this point, I'm just, as far as the build is concerned, I'm just filling in the backs of the spiral edge blocks here with the moss blocks, just to give them some sort of backing so they'll pop a little better. That. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So right now I can play bass on the stream through OBS. That's fine. That still works. In fact, you guys may recall me opening a stream occasionally playing my bass. So it's not a matter of streaming it. It's just that when we're in Discord and we're meeting with friends in Discord, people ask me to play a lot and I can't. Discord says no. And so there's actually a little bit of skepticism generating that I may be somewhat fraudulent in my musical abilities. And I can't have that. Nope. So I need to do something about that. But it's really not so much that as it is, you know, I just like to be able to play like other people do. That'd be nice. Should be able to. It shouldn't be this difficult. But some reason Discord is like, nope. So I have to figure out that. And I've been trying to do it on my own without any success at all. And I've been trying to ask other streamers without any success. And I had been trying to hire a consultant without any success. But I reached out to these guys over at Richmond School, and they claim that they can help. So we're going to find out. The rates are pretty high, but they're reasonable. How am I going to get out of here? I need... Yeah, there we go. I can get out this way. All right, so I'm doing... I'm going to go into F3. I know that's kind of annoying to look at, but I kind of needed to spot these blocks. These are the jungle leaves, so I need the backing around the jungle leaves right now. That's the layer on which I'm working. Okay, that's good. All of those. Okay, so I'm right about there. Okay, those ones have the backing. These ones do. That does with the root blocks. I think I'm good there. You know, these spirals, I expected them to converge a little bit more neatly at the top, and it kind of bothers me that they haven't. But, you know, it's a tree. Just let it go. It'll be fine. Okay. So down here. Let's do a little bit of sleeping. And let's move on to the next spiral. So the next spiral should just be these here, just the oak leaves. So We have to install the backing behind the oak leaves. Thusly. So I'm trying to think. Come on, complete your thought, Thunderhand. So, during the hiatus, I've been trying to work on the studio here a little bit, because that's something I've been trying to do for quite some time. And it's cool because I'm getting there. I've worked on some of the shelving. That gets my stacks of boxes and equipment off the floor and up onto nice, neat shelves, the way humans do. You guys might be able to see some of it up here. But there's some of the shelving up there. Doesn't really make much sense to see it from this kind of angle. But I've posted pics on the community Discord too. We've done a little more shelving this way, out here and stuff. Again, that's to get things... that's just to get things up off the floor and stuff like that. So that way I can get this closet area here all built out with all the shelving to get all that stuff in there, get the curtain behind it. I might put a curtain there. I might cover that with some sort of a green screen kind of thing that might be able to roll out this way when I'm doing the stream, and then afterwards roll it back in and kind of acts as a panel in front of that. I might do something like that. We'll see. And I've got a little bit of painting that has to be done in here, but I have to wait till the family goes to Taiwan for that. And then there's some changes in the lighting that have to take place. But as I was building the shelving, you may have noticed that when I do things like this, that kind of work, I finish that work. Yes, I do. Like, I don't have half-built shelves. They're done. They're finished. I don't have half-built shelves. Everything else I do, I only do half. Or it's just incomplete. Everything is incomplete. Why do I do that? Any kind of art that I do, I never finish it. I never finish anything in Minecraft. I do graphic arts and I draw, and I never finish anything there. Music, I write songs. I never finish any of them. There's like little projects around the house. I never finish any of that. Why do I not finish things? I hate not finishing stuff. One reason is that I work so very slowly. So that's a big deal with me. So hey there, Magic Secret Accounts. Haven't seen you in a while. How you been? That's why I haven't touched Minecraft, as it takes way too much time because I'm too slow at Minecraft. Me too. These other folks that you see in the stream, though, Shut Mountain, Lone Star, They are incredible Minecrafters. They can get it done. This guy, no. This guy can't get anything done. You know, I set out to build this tree, and I'm even trying to cheat it in creative mode, so just so I can get it done. And I can't even do that. I can't even finish it in creative mode. Never mind survival. I mean, all this other stuff is built in survival. But I just don't finish things. And it's odd because, you know, I'm retired now, but my professional work, I finish everything. Teaching math, administration, engineering, I finish everything. Nothing's half finished. All of it's finished. And it's not the pressure of having to answer to other people, because my jobs aren't like that, or hadn't been like that. I mean, sure, I need to get things done, but I do them. And I complete them without, like, resolving to complete them. I just do it. Lesson plans, pow, done. Grading, pow, done. Just everything. Yeah, I don't half do stuff professionally. But this stuff, my stuff, and you know, at the age of 60, I'm getting a little sick of that. I don't need to finish everything, but it would be nice to finish a few things. So, like I said, in the wee hours of the morning, when I was haranguing myself for not... haranguing myself with regret for not having finished things on this world... I was thinking of just dumping this. I have thought of that in the past, of just not doing this anymore. The expectation to finish things is just way too high, and apparently I'm not that kind of person, whether I like it or not. And I like it not. But apparently I just don't do those things. And the really horrifying thing about that is the harder I try, the less that happens. So it's like, well, just knuckle down and do it. Yeah, right. The more I do that, the less that gets accomplished. It's just sickening. It really is. So my resolve in that is just to, well, was originally just to stop. You know, that's just seems to me, feels to me like a clear indication to just stop. But then I don't have anything to do. So let me see. It's possible in survival. It just takes twice as long. Maybe it's the fact that you don't get paid per block in Minecraft. No, actually pay I don't give a crap about. Oh, but that could be part of the problem. Not caring about getting paid. That might be it. It's one thing to get paid for doing things. Yeah. But like I said, I'm retired. We're not exactly rolling in the cash, but we have the basics covered. So I don't really have to. I'm in a pretty unique position right now. I've got a little time left in my life. Not much, but I got some left. And it would be kind of nice to do some of the things I want to do instead of things other people want me to do. And it seems I have a little bit of time to do that. And leaving behind a whole bunch of unfinished stuff is not satisfying. I would like to leave behind a couple of finished things of some level of significance. You can't beat yourself up over the fact that you have a life outside the game. Well, I do. I mean, you know, Biggie's off to college. He's off to doing his own thing. I try to help him, like, with his math because, like, sadly right now he really needs it. I don't think his high school, especially his middle school, prepared him well for the math he's facing now. He's struggling. But he also has a lot of pride, and he doesn't want to take the help. So I'm not going to beat him over the head with it, but, you know, he's got to come to that realization on his own. My younger son is still in middle school. I try to help him out as much as I can. That's where I want my focus to be. But every time I step in to try to help him with something, nothing happens. Yeah, it's very, very sad. So I don't, again, know exactly what to do about that. You know, I want to be able to just give him a hand and give him a leg up with stuff, and it just doesn't happen. And again, it's one of those things where the harder I try, the more it doesn't happen. So, that's extremely disappointing for me. I don't like that. So I do have a bit of a help. I mean, I do have a bit of a life outside of Minecraft, but it's not much of one. Basically consists of me just driving a car for my wife. That's it. I really have nothing else going on that I can accomplish. Not in a way that's satisfying. It's not too bad in that I don't really have a lot of time to figure that out, though. So that's good. I mean, I only have to keep myself occupied for a limited amount of time. But I'd like to be able to accomplish something. Something, anyway, in that time. Most of my accomplishments have been for other people, which isn't a bad way to look at things, you know. I like helping other people and stuff. I really like doing that. But, you know, that's a really American man kind of thing to think of. Leaving something of yourself behind. Some of my ideas and some of my work. There's already enough of me doing things for other people out there in the world. Their stuff. There's already enough examples of that. I'd like some of my stuff to be out there. What server is this? This is my private server. This is my Generations Minecraft server that I that I set up for my sons and I. And this is where I do most of my ideas are done on this server. Let me see. I think I will do that. I'm also a member of the Buffooncraft SMP, so I do belong to an SMP. Several of the viewers that are in the chat right now, lurking or otherwise, they're also Buffooncraft SMP. And so I just keep this server so I can just get my individual ideas out on this server. So I still like to keep this server just for that sake. There's a lot of things I want to do that are not really appropriate for like Buffooncraft for the SMP. So I just do that stuff here. Let me see. I think I'm okay here. So I shouldn't really be looking at the stuff I'm doing at Generations as like, you know, a project that I need to get it done, you know, because this is just me like just sketching out my ideas. So in one kind of aspect, getting it done isn't really the point of this, really. But still, I would like to see an idea through to its end, even if it doesn't work. Let me see. I think I'm done backing the spirals here. Okay. Yeah, I think I have all 5 of them in place. Let me take a look. Okay. Yeah, see, this gives a little bit of a backing color to these and gives them a little bit more of a definition so they stand out just a little bit better. Well, sometimes there's those people that you can't help. Yeah, that's true. Who's going to take over the server when you're gone? No one. I tried making Minecraft maps, although that's not what life let me do. I hear you there. Every time I try it takes too much time to set and configure the other stuff. RIP deleted server. Yeah, probably. I mean, all of the maps are backed up. You know, so each year during the hiatus, I go and I back up all of the maps. So all of this stuff is saved. You know, I saved them all on the mechanical hard drives. So all of the stuff is archived. It's just the server itself, you know. And I don't own the server. I rent it. It's a Shockbyte server. And I just pay a monthly fee on it. All right. Well, this part is done. So this next part here where... Now, see, these gaps in between are... This is what I'm using the... This is what I'm using the... Come on, brain. Come on, do it. The spruce leaves for, and the birch leaves. I'm using these to fill in the gaps in between. But I need an intermediate block to mark, with which I can mark things out. Also, mainly the 45s. So And you'll see why in a minute, as soon as I start filling this out. It's just, how do I want to mark this? Well, let's do the sleeping first. Once I mark out the 45s, that'll help me place blocks without having to think about them. So, well, that's what owning a server is. Paying monthly for it. Well, yeah, kind of. Technically, it's more renting a server, because you can own a server that you're not renting, right? I mean, like you can run a server out of your house, but it's like, wow. I mean, good luck with the bandwidth and stuff. You know, I think if I look at okay, like that's the 45 there. And if I just went all the way up with it and then just took it down afterwards, that is the outermost one, I think. One of the things I wanted to do was this year was to use mCreator and learn how to custom make worlds. Because I've had some cool lore ideas, which I'm probably not going to be able to do. And that's understandable. But I would still like to be able to like try them on Generations anyway. And because I have the server on which I can do that. So that may be one of the things I'll try to do. But again, that's just another thing I'm going to start, and I feel like I'm not going to finish it. So I'm kind of reluctant to start new things. Like, I haven't started anything new on the Generation server, and I refuse to. I'm not going to start anything new. So any work that I do on here is going to be finishing up current things only, and not doing anything new at all. No. Let me see. 13, 15. What's this? 14, 14. It's right here. And these wool blocks are just temporary. They're just here to help me sight in the 45s, so I can tell when to change direction. What level am I at here? I'm at 140. Right there. That's fine. see, 42, 41, 40. That's tall enough, right? That's good. We've got one more to place here. And by changing direction, you'll see what I mean once I start putting in the spruce blocks. I think that's good right there. Ooh, 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 ooh. The Buffooncraft server, we are having a really good season. Season 5. I feel like I've lost all of my momentum from that season. Let me take a look here and get caught up. You still have to pay electric bills, and then port forwarding is so dumb. Yes. Yep. And then trying to have that thing is just not optimal. Yeah, trying to do your own server out of your own house. Not this guy. And then you have a power outage, yeah. And you have to try to fix it and wait. If you're out on a trip or something, yeah, it can easily get back to PC to fix the issue. That's a PC, yeah. Yeah, so doing a server out of the house, out of the question. Absolutely not. I'd just rather rent one and have, you know, like Shockbyte deal with all that. MCreator is a good mod for custom items, although I don't think it'll work for most custom worlds biomes since it's more Java orientated. Custom dimensions, sure. Custom dimension support is actually decent. Yeah, from what I've seen of it. And you know what? That's all I would really do is dimensions, biomes kind of thing, right? So I would just like generate a world and then just alter it. You know, that's what I'm thinking with like MCreator. Yeah, I'm not thinking of like building a world from scratch. Yeah, I don't get the impression, although I haven't actually tried it yet. From the videos I've watched so far, I'm not getting the impression that that's the best way to use that. Let me see. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And then that. And then that can mark that out for me like that. Okay, that's how I want to do that. Okay, that's lined up with that one, I'm thinking. All right, let's take a look at the slope of this thing. Okay, I like that. That's good. And so these will also help me like line things up. So I can kind of like maintain this kind of curve almost throughout here, and then I don't have to think so much about block placement. I can just kind of look over that and just spam the blocks in. Right, 12 by 12. And I don't have to think too hard. Yeah, I think that's good. That's good. And you can see this gets easier and easier as we go up, right? 11 by 11, like that. Thinking there. And that's kind of like the... Well, no, we have a little bit here. All right. Between those two, got it. That's better. Let's do this. Okay, I like that. Let's do that. I think we're just about good. Got this gap here that needs to be filled. 7 by 7 right off of this. I'm gonna do something like that. And I think that side's pretty much complete as far as putting in those layout blocks. Let's get over here and do a little bit of sleeping. I would definitely use a Minecraft host just so I don't have to use a dumb port forwarding thing. Yeah. And then if I'm paying for it, I own the server and I operate it per terms and contracts mentioned by the hosting service. I'm going to use, yeah. I hate how mod authors are like, you shouldn't use Java. We don't support mCreator. Yes. What's wrong with mCreator? It's just a simpler, easier, and you can't sell your mods made by it. Yeah, and I'm not interested in selling anything at all. And I actually know quite a bit of coding that I've learned from my math degree, although I'm very, very rusty with it. But I can't do coding because I can't type. So something like mCreator where I don't have to code, that's good. It's too bad because I actually really enjoy coding a lot. I've got a good sense for programming, but my hands just won't do it. Okay, I think that's good enough there. Let me see that. That's good. Okay, I like that. Okay, I like that. And then, oh, no, we still have a little bit more to go. How am I doing here? Oh, that's not on it. Where is it then? Is it this one? Yeah, it's next to it. It's over here. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's pull that out of the way. There we go. We're good. Is that the block for which I'm looking? Yes. Yes, it is. We do have this up here. That's good. And then I think I'm all set there. All right, so that side is done. Just two more. How am I doing for time? Actually, I'm out of time. It's time to end the stream. Let me get caught up in chat here. It's a great program for rough drafts. Probably. I've yet to try it, but it seems to be. Like if you're not trying to do too much, right? Okay, let me see. I really only have two more sides to define there. So I'll have to do that off camera. Yeah, I don't want to grab a screenshot of that. I'll grab one of my earlier screenshots from earlier in the stream because I have those wool columns on there and they look disgusting. Let's see. But I'll still sign out over here anyway. Go sign out on top of the Guardian farm. Or maybe just in front of it. Hey, dudes. Maybe something like that. Possible thumbnail. Let me see. Let me walk out a little bit more. So I can get the ground level. But I might not use this thumbnail because I don't want it to be misleading. I don't want it for folks to think I was working on the Guardian farm all day. It's just a better looking scene. There we go. Okay, well, that will wrap it up. Let's go right to the outro song. There we go. Lass of Lochroyal. Okay, so there we go. That'll finish it up for Generations today. Just remember, everybody, that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. For the moment, I plan to continue to do so. Let me see here. I'm just checking things out. All right. And our next stream will be Friday. Friday will be from 11 to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be the Buffooncraft SMP. I don't really have any plans for that right now. Like I said, I kind of lost quite a bit of momentum on Buffooncraft. I'll probably... Oh, great. And now we're into ads. But those of you who are watching the VODs, I'll probably be... Probably just be fooling around with the gas farm and the drowns. That was fun last Buffooncraft. And Minecraft lately, that's kind of like where my mind's at. Just fooling around with stuff and just having fun. Instead of, you know, grinding on big, huge, epic builds and stuff. You know, I think maybe Season 4's build really had much more of an impact on me than I thought. But yeah, Buffooncraft, Friday... from 11 to 1 p.m. And then Kachi time will be Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Kachi will probably want to do Roblox. Our last Kachi time stream, playing Strongest Battlegrounds and Item Asylum, that was quite a bit of fun. That was quite a bit of fun. That was a fun stream. If you haven't seen the VOD for that yet, you should go check that out. Um, and I think that'll about do it. Just like to thank everybody for showing up today. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool having you guys here. Some of you guys I haven't seen in quite a while, so I really, really appreciate it. Lone Star says more stuff happening Saturday on Buffooncraft. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I usually don't stream on Saturday, but if I'm able to get into the server on Saturday, I'll probably record some of that stuff. But if not, my fellow buffoons will definitely be streaming on that. So, and a Lone Star does really good streams for that kind of stuff. So you should definitely check that out. Okay, with that being said, thank you everybody again for showing on up today, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you happen to be. Bye for now.